Hey, you all. You know, a lot has changed since the whole COVID-19 outbreak. One of the big things to change is going to court. Our biggest problem is the courts have been closed. So a lot of people have been denied justice. Third Circuit Court is about to open. And this week we're going to hear from Judge Kinney, the Chief Judge, Timothy Kinney, about the reopening. And we're going to find out if it is indeed safe for us to go to court. All right, everybody, I have Chief Judge Timothy Kinney of the Third Judicial Circuit Court in Michigan. Judge Kinney, I understand you guys are getting ready to reopen the courts to the public. Tell us what's going on here.
Well, Steve, we are, first of all, committed to the safety and health of our employees and the judges and the public. So we're beginning to open slowly. We figure that's a more prudent way to go than to just go back to where we were pre-pandemic and then hope for the best. So effective September 21st, we are going to resume jury trials in the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. And we're doing it very slowly and deliberately. Normally there are 19 trial judges in the criminal division who would be trying cases, specifically jury trials and bench trials. We are going to open up on the 21st with 2 judges. And we have taken great pains to make sure that we have provided for the safety of jurors who will be coming to serve at Frank Murphy. Right from the time they get to the front door, there'll be a healthcare provider who will be there to take their temperature with the touchless thermometer to make sure that no one has a fever above 100.4. People coming in the building will be asked the questions that the CDC talks about in terms of symptomology for COVID. Our jury assembly room has been provided with social distancing so that people are not going to be right on top of one another. We have also taken steps to bring in a limited number of jurors so that we don't have any kind of overcrowding. And one of the things as a benefit, we think, for the jurors who will be coming to our courthouse is that each juror will be supplied with a bag that will contain extra masks. It will have wipes, hand wipes in it, as well as gloves. And so we think that we are providing for jurors when they come in the door. When they hit the courtroom, there are plexiglass partitions that are there to provide protection for jurors as well. And juror seats are going to be socially distanced at least 6 feet apart as well. So we really have taken steps to protect the safety of people. We also will not be allowing the public to come in, Steve. We are providing that anyone who wants to watch a trial, which trials are open to the public, but in this particular circumstance with the pandemic, people who are interested in watching the proceedings will be available to watch it on YouTube.
Your Honor, I've got to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
We're going to get back to the jury in a second.
Yeah.
But on the second floor of Frank Murphy Hall of Justice is the arraignment room. Unfortunately, I've had to go in there too many times for my friends. Never for me. Okay, I just want to get that straight. But my friends who've done something boneheaded have been in that room, and there's been no social distancing. People are packed in there. What have you done for that second floor arraignment room?
For the second floor, we're now really on the third floor
The third floor, okay.
The third floor, yeah, because the second floor, we've sort of used that as a jury overflow room so that we can socially distance people. So the arraignment courtrooms, which what your question is directed to, those matters are still all being handled remotely.
So if you get a DUI, it's going to be handled remotely.
Correct.
Even if you're not incarcerated, because there's some people that have DUIs that are just walking around. They're going there to see which judge, which court their judge is going to be in. So those people just sit at home and they will Zoom in, or what will they do?
Yeah, they will. If they're not in custody, that's what will happen. And those who are in custody, they are being handled by Zoom as well from the Wayne County Jail.
Okay, let's talk about a jury trial.
Okay.
If you get a jury summons, it says under penalty of law, you must show up. Okay, are you going to be holding people to that if they're scared to come in?
No, absolutely not. And in fact, on our juror summons that is going out in this time period, we are certainly making it known to people that if you are medically vulnerable, or if you have someone who is vulnerable in your family, or if it's just not, you don't feel safe in coming down here, that there's a number to call and that we will in fact postpone your jury service. We want people to be safe. And if people don't feel safe, we understand that. And we will accommodate them and adjourn, postpone their jury service to a later time when it will be more comfortable for them to come and serve. We recognize that it's important, and we want people who represent the community to be able to come and serve, but we certainly don't want them to be anxious or apprehensive and feeling compelled to come down here.
What about the attorneys? What if they're afraid to come in?
Well, for the attorneys, we are handling their matters by Zoom as well. But if it's a trial attorney, our criminal division has been gathering a list of potential cases that are ready to go to trial. And if there are attorneys who are too nervous about coming or have medical concerns, either for themselves or their family, we will pass over their case and try other cases, because as I'm sure you can imagine, we've had a backlog over the last several months.
Oh yeah. Okay, now you've produced a video that's on the circuit court's website. What's that website address?
The address is the number 3 rdcc.org. And if you go to that, right there, you can, right on the homepage, it will direct you to the video, which is about 3 minutes in length, but it walks you through pretty much from the standpoint, if you were a juror and you were coming to the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice after September 21st, what you would expect to find. And we are hoping that the video will provide people with a more informed comfort level about coming to the courthouse.
Okay, does the Third Circuit Court have a Facebook page or an Instagram page?
Yes, we do. We do have a Facebook page.
And have you uploaded that to them, to those pages?
I will have to check and get back to you on that.
Okay, because we're going to upload it. One way or the other, that video is playing because people need to know, okay? People need to know exactly what's going on, that they feel safe. I mean, I'm going to be very honest with you. My nephew is a judge in your court, and I physically haven't been over to his house all summer long because he's been working. I guess he's been, they do that split shift thing that you've been doing there. Yes. I haven't been over to see him. So I'm going to watch the video so I feel safe because, that's my main man. And sure. I haven't seen him all summer long,
Sure. And let me say this, that the reason we did the video was that human nature being what it is, people can sometimes imagine things to be more horrible than they really are, or they may feel that the court is not doing anything to deal with the issue. And perhaps most importantly, Steve, there are people who have served on juries before, and they've come down to a jury assembly room at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice and been in a room with maybe 150 people,
Mm-hmm.
but now come to recognize, oh my gosh, I don't want to be shoulder to shoulder with 150 people. And what they will see is that if you are summoned for jury duty, there aren't going to be 150 people there. There are going to be a whole lot less. You will be socially distanced and you will be protected.
Are you going to still show movies?
Certainly.
Because you guys had some good movies on while we were there waiting. All right, Judge Kinney, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I thank you for the opportunity. I do want to, if I can give the phone number, if people receive a summons for jury service and they're apprehensive about coming. And, you know, in this time period, Steve, if I can just throw out another example, maybe there's someone who's a single parent and has small children and their schooling is virtual, you know, and the parent has to be at home for right now. We understand that these are very challenging and unique times. We're not trying to pile on any additional hardship on anyone. We are trying to carry out our legal responsibility, but we want to make sure that if people get a summons, that we will work with them toward having them fulfill what we think is a very important responsibility, but to do it at a time that works better for all concerned. So if there is a concern, they can call, it's 313-224-2507, and we will be happy to work with them.
That's 313-224-2507 if people have a real aversion to coming in or have a problem with coming in for jury duty.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Judge Kinney, I want to thank you for joining us today. Like I said, we're going to get that video up because I, too, am apprehensive. But I just want to thank you again.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And as we move along and as things develop, I would welcome the opportunity to come back and answer questions for you and your viewers. At any time we can be helpful, we want to be able to do that. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Judge Kinney.
Okay.
All right. What a day this has been, ladies and gentlemen.